Oh no, not again. You just can't seem to make yourself do the work you know you need to be doing. You've got homework or a big project or an important exam coming up, and here you are watching this YouTube video. But don't worry, it's actually a good thing. You're about to discover exactly how to make yourself study when you just don't feel like it. Guaranteed. Hey there, smart people. Your favorite Uncle Matt back with you. Okay, you don't feel like doing your work. You're not alone. Look, many times I don't feel like doing my work. Heck, nobody wants to do their work. In this video, I've got some very specific tips that are guaranteed to help you reset your mind that will change your mood so that you can get your work done. Be sure to stay tuned to the end for a powerful bonus tip that almost nobody else tells you about. In fact, you're going to learn that what you're doing now may be the exact opposite of what works. You're doing it upside down. You'll understand what I'm talking about in a moment. But first of all, why are you procrastinating? It helps to know the root cause behind some of this self-sabotage. One of the biggest and most frequent reasons for putting things off is that you expect a negative outcome. You're expecting the worst, or problems, or some other negative thing to happen. Let's face it, if you were expecting a positive outcome, a great outcome, you'd most likely race towards getting your work done so you could enjoy the rewards. The hardest part is to get yourself started. If you're waiting to get motivated in order to take action and get started, you've got it exactly upside down and backwards. You've got to get started, and then you'll begin to feel more motivated. Action leads to motivation, not the other way around. Don't wait until you feel like it to get started. Get started, and then you'll begin to feel like it. This is simple physics. It's the law of inertia being displayed in your own life. An object at rest tends to remain at rest. Apply even a little force to get it moving, and you need less and less energy to make it move faster and faster. So, you are that object at rest. Apply just a tiny bit of action. Force yourself a little bit, and you break free of the inertia. Once you're going, you'll be able to gain more and more speed and results with very little additional energy. Here's how you do that. You must begin with the right self-talk. Have you ever heard of a self-fulfilling prophecy? You become what you think about the most often. If you say things to yourself like, "Oh, I hate studying, I don't want to study, I don't feel like it," and so on, then don't be surprised when your words control your reality. So do the opposite. Say positive things out loud to yourself. You might not believe it when saying something like, "I want to study," or "I want to do my work." So say this instead. "I'm beginning to like studying regularly. I'm beginning to enjoy getting my work done." While it may sound silly, it really does work. Do it for a while, and you'll see for yourself. Before you begin studying, while you're sitting down getting ready, eliminate the mental landmines. Stop blowing yourself up. Get rid of your distractions so you can focus. Put your phone on the side. Turn it upside down with the sound off. Don't call anybody. Don't text anybody. Don't answer your phone. Vow to stay away from watching shorts on TikTok or Insta or even YouTube. Multitasking is the opposite of focus. You already know that's true. Think about it. Do you want your surgeon checking their social media status or paying online bills while they're doing a delicate operation on you or a loved one? No? Why not? See? You already know. Multitasking reduces your brain power. Now that you're sitting down to study, here's what to do. Start with the easiest things first. If you have hard subjects or content that's puzzling you, start reviewing the parts you know a little better. If you have a choice of subjects, start with the easier ones first. If you have a term paper to write, Just start with a list of the topics you want to include in that paper. It doesn't even have to be in order. I do that with my YouTube scripts. I'll start by making a list of a few of the things I want to cover, and that usually gets me going enough that I can start to flesh out the topics with full sentences, and that leads to paragraphs. Then I begin putting the topics in the order that I want to cover them. Here are the next 2 tips that go together well. Begin with smaller goals. If you have 3 chapters to read, just tell yourself you'll do 1 or even half of 1. If you have a paper to write, just tell yourself you'll write a detailed outline, or maybe you'll write a paragraph or 2. Make a smaller time commitment. Instead of saying you're going to study for 3 hours, tell yourself you'll just do 1 hour and split it into 2 25-minute chunks with a break in between. Or just do 1 25-minute chunk and take a break. Then reevaluate how you feel after that. Usually by then, you'll be in the groove and just keep going. Here's another good idea. Gamify the process. I often talk about taking handwritten notes and rewriting them onto index cards. Question on the front, answer on the back. Take your deck of cards and keep score of the ones you get right. If you miss an answer, instead of putting it in the back of the deck, put it somewhere in the middle so it comes up again. Here's something that works exceptionally well. Have an accountability partner. If you have a study buddy, make a commitment to each other that you'll do your work and report back to each other. Forcing yourself to become accountable to someone else is a powerful thing. We let ourselves off the hook too easily. But if you have a partner to check up on you and you on them, then you're much more likely to get your work done. Now for that bonus tip I promised. This is not something you're likely to hear talked about very often. Again, this is the opposite from what you may already know. You've probably heard of the term psychosomatic. That's where your thoughts can make you physically sick, a psychosomatic illness. Let's reverse the order of the word parts and talk about somatopsychic. That's where the body affects the mind. Your physiology affects your psychology. You know the phrase, chin up, or hold your head high, sit up straight. When you do those things, you literally make yourself get into a better mood. Do this with me. This is audience participation. In fact, I did this in one of my very old videos and got some great comments on it. Slouch over. Let your arms hang down. Now in your best imitation of Eeyore the donkey from Winnie the Pooh, say, I feel great. I feel wonderful. Now let's reverse it. Stand up straight with your arms raised in the air and do your best imitation of Rocky, jumping around on the steps of the art museum and say, I'm depressed. I feel sad. I'm miserable. It's stupid, right? You feel ridiculous. Why? Because your words and your body language are completely the opposite of what's true. So if you want to force yourself to be in a better mood quickly, remember, chin up, hold your head up high, sit up straight, put your arms up in the air and do a victory dance. Here, do this. Put your hands on your hips and strike your best superhero pose. And while you're doing that, go back to the section we started with on positive self-talk. Tell yourself, I am a good student. I get all my work done on time. It's easy for me to study. I'm good at this. I get excellent grades, and more. You'll be absolutely amazed and impressed with just how well this works. It will immediately transform your mood. When you come right down to it, it's easier to get yourself to do your work when you have a plan and a few techniques. It's not hard to talk to yourself in a positive manner. Eliminate the mental distractions that are landmines blowing up your work ethic. Focus on just one task for 25 minutes and then take a short break. Start with the easiest things first. Once you're warmed up, you'll be more likely to take on the harder stuff. Make small goals in order to hit them more easily. Make a small time commitment so you can accomplish it easily. Gamify your study. Maybe use my idea of the note cards or come up with a game of your own invention. Be accountable to someone else. It will stop you from letting yourself off the hook and help ensure that you are more responsible. And change your posture. Look up, sit up straight, jump around, strike some power poses. Your physiology affects your psychology. Remember, this is simple physics. The law of inertia is an immutable law of the universe. If you are an object at rest and you're not getting your work done, apply some of the forces we just discussed and get yourself moving. Once you've started going, you'll be able to go faster and stronger with very little additional energy. Here's what to do next. I've selected these other YouTube videos for you to watch. Please be sure to check them out. And I wish you great success. I'll see you on my other videos soon.